Hey guys, Mike Familant here with Squatchables and In the Shadow of Big Red Eye. I just wanted to do a quick Squatchables. It is beautiful out today, so I am going either for a hike or fishing. But I wanted to show you guys, we're doing something a little different today. This is my phone, and I wanted to show you what apps I use, and maybe that you guys can also download. They're all free. But they really help when you're out in the field. So we're going to start with going up from the top, the model releaser. That you don't need to worry about. That one's for my show. Somebody new comes on and, oh yeah, there's my beautiful face. They need to sign a release, then boom, 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 there you go. So that's kind of cool. Digital clapper, that is just for my show as well. If I don't have my actual clapper, then you just do that one, which is kind of cool. It helps, certainly helps with editing. So now we're going to get into the most important app that I have on my phone. This is the 7-Eleven app. When you're out squatching and you're on the road a lot, every 7th cup of coffee is free. So you want to definitely download that one. That certainly saves some money in the long run. Stock and inventory is just my way to keep track of everything that we do, the merchandise on our end, on the show's end, and stuff like that. Next app is really cool, Polaris Navigation. I'm actually going to come back to that in a second because it does take a minute to, oh no, there it is. Okay, so, Polaris Navigation, it's a really cool app. It's free. You can upgrade it, but, you know, it doesn't really matter. You don't need to upgrade it for what we're using it for. So we'll start with the compass feature. You could see exactly where we're headed, you know, which way you're facing, altitude, how fast you're going, how long the app's been on for, the time. Really, it's really cool. You have GPS coordinates to exactly where you're at, which is neat. So that's a really cool thing to have. If you want to know the sunset and the moon cycle and stages, it also gives that. It's really neat. It's good if you're planning like a sunset thing, which we will get to in another app. Satellites, I don't know why you would need this, but it's kind of neat. It shows what satellites are overhead, and you know what they're doing. So that's above me right now. Yeah, I don't know. If you want to impress your friends, be like, oh, that's a satellite up ahead, then there you go. So now we get to the most important part of the app itself, the Maps app. You guys are gonna see where I'm staying, but that's alright, I don't mind. Takes a second to load, but that's alright. Let's see. So, here's all your different types of maps that you have, which is really awesome. The topographic map is pretty cool. You could see, I'm going to actually go up somewhere else. We're going to go over here to Sparta Mountain. This is a really cool area. But so you can see the topographic map of, you see the roads and the topography. But then we get into the OpenStreetMap, which is really cool. Sometimes that takes a minute to load, so we're going to get into that later. You have a hike and bike app, or map, I'm sorry. This one's pretty cool. It shows you the swamplands. That's pretty much what I use it for, and And this is GPS, so this will follow you exactly wherever you want to go, which is pretty neat. But then, again, the topo. This is a different view of it. You have Google Maps as well. Cool. And you have your satellite view, which is good. It's all just different types of whatever maps that you may need. I do want to show you this the OpenStreetMap though. I hope it'll come up. Now, granted, these maps are just they obviously are how good the satellite reception is. So that's something you want to keep in mind as well. If it's a cloudy day, then there may not be the best maps that you have, or it could take a while to really come in. Anyways, we'll come back to that in a second. We're going to let it load. This US topo map is kind of the same thing. I keep it just because it loads a little bit quicker and it's a different map view. I don't know where we're at right here. Where are we? Beaver Lake, okay. So you can see just a good topo map. That's Sparta Mountain area right in there. It doesn't give too many, doesn't give the roads or anything like that. So that's something you just have to, maybe it does a larger road. Something you just have to watch out for, or the hiking trails or anything like that. But it's a cool map to see, what you need. You can record your hike and whatever, but I don't use that one to record the hike. I use it to we go into a different app for that. You can see different kind of topography maps. This is the app that I use for recording stuff. It's called All Trails. It's a free app. It's really cool. It's more designed for hikers and bikers and stuff like that, but it's kind of neat. You can pick trails that are by you, which is cool. But if you want to just do your own kind of thing, yeah, there I am way down there. You start it at the beginning of the trail. It runs on the background. All you do is you click the record button, and it has to load the GPS and stuff. But it gets your elevation and your time, and it gives you a really cool whatchamacallit, readout at the end, which is neat. Let me see if I can show you. That's what it gives you at the end. You can see your distance, your elevation, gain, average pace, the calories you burned. It's really neat. You can do a lot with this, including tracking like how you your endurances and hikes and stuff like that throughout a certain time frame. Really neat, good app, great. Again, it's free. There is a paid version, but you don't have to use that. This is called Avenza Maps. I don't necessarily like this. It's kind of a new thing. What you basically do, and you should have these anyway, is you download, when you have internet, you download a state park app. It's just the kind you get right at the trailhead or wherever. Everybody should have a normal map when you go out, so you should have a physical copy of this. You don't necessarily need it. The only cool thing is you can see your GPS location on it, but again, that's it's not something crazy I'm super great about. Next we have AccuWeather. AccuWeather is the weather app that I use. It's pretty cool. The reason why I use this is, although it takes a little bit to load when you don't have any cell phone service, it does still load. Excuse me. You can see it has a good radar on it, which is something that you need while squatching. Again, that kind of stuff. Clear Outside is a cool app as well. This is designed over in England, so it kind of, whatchamacallit, it defaults to Devon, United Kingdom, but what you just do is current, and it loads your position. And you see Rockaway, Morris County, U.S., and it gives you, I mean, everything that you can imagine about, you know, the cloud covers, the percentage of rain, the wind, if there's any frost. You could see if the International Space Station is overhead, which is kind of cool. It's just, I mean, it's great for kind of planning out your night, especially if you're doing any sort of audio operations. This is great for seeing how the wind's going to be and the clouds and how that will affect your voice recording. Sky Candy is just a really simple app. I'm big into sunsets and sunrises, so kind of what it is, you open the app and then you say get prediction sunset for May 25th. And I guess it just looks at the weather, and it's, oh no, it's it's a sunset quality. So it's kind of neat. If you're looking to get a picture of the sunset and looking to plan out your evening, that's a really great app. Another really cool one is Sky Map. If you're into astronomy at all, you probably know about this app. But what you do is at night, you just, I mean, you put up the phone, you look up, and you can see exactly what constellations and stars are overhead. Let me see if I can find something else too. Hold on. Oh, there we go. So this is actually below the skyline, but you can see that it gives your not only constellations and stars, but gives your planets as well. So you can you know, impress your friends, say, oh, look at Jupiter, look at Mars. The last app that I want to show you guys is important. It's called Pocket Ranger. Every state, I believe, has one, so you can download it for your state. It's free. Whoops. I did have an issue with this app last time I tried to use it, so I think, no, it's not. Yeah, so basically the good thing about that app is you could find locations to fish, all that good stuff. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to re-download it, but it does have an SOS feature into it. So what it does is you can set it up. Also, your phone should have it as well. You press the button a couple times, or you go into the app and you press help. And what it does, it texts and sends a picture and your location to 3 people that you select on your phone, which is pretty cool. And then that's pretty much all the apps I use for squatching. They seem to have got me along so far. The Polaris is one of the ones I definitely use the most. Let's see if we can go back into that and see if we can find that view, this guy, the street map. Yep, not yet. But it's cool because it shows, street map shows all the hiking trails, and gives you a very good whatchamacallit, overview of where you are and where you can go and stuff like that. I don't think this hike and bike map has that. Let's take a look. Yeah, it does actually, it's cool. These are all the hiking trails that are in this area off of Weldon Road here. See the trailheads, you can see exactly where you are, and they give you the color of the trail too, which is really great. So it's a neat app. It's very powerful, and I would suggest that anybody that goes out hiking would definitely utilize this to the best they can. Anyways, so that was just a real quick overview of the maps. Again, my name is Mike Familant. Thanks for joining in this week. And we will see you next week on Squatchables.